Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. On the programme this evening, President Pranab Mukherjee's son and Congress MP Abhijit Mukherjee is in the line of fire after saying that the anti-rape protesters in Delhi were painted and dented women, whatever that means. Despite his apology, his comments have perhaps further exposed sexism among Indian politicians. Abhijit Mukherjee joins us to talk about his comments and the reactions that they have evoked. Also, our special debate tonight: how much is Indian cinema to blame for the way we treat women in this country? Do we objectify women in our cinema, or is it fair to blame Bollywood at all? Those are the issues we'll be talking about. But first, there have been angry reactions today to outrageous comments made by Congress MP and President Pranab Mukherjee's son Abhijit Mukherjee about the protesters in Delhi. In a statement that he actually made a couple of days ago, Mr. Mukherjee had said women who are participating in candlelit vigils and protesting have no connection with ground reality. He went on to say these pretty ladies are highly dented and painted. I doubt how many of these women are students. Women in these age groups are generally no longer students. It's a fashion, he said, for a section of the community to hold protest marches just like visiting a discotheque. Well, Mr. Mukherjee has since profusely apologized for his comments after all the outrage, but it hasn't got many takers. His own sister Sharmishta was the first to tell reporters today that she was shocked by what he said.
It is an embarrassment for him, for my family also, because as I again and again say that this does not reflect my family value. I render my apologies to everybody, to every sensitive citizen of this country.
We dent, we paint, and we still march out on the streets, and stop using these sort of masculine tropes to justify gender-based violence. I want my freedom. It's my body, my city, my right.
Just shows his absolutely sick and perverted mentality. I think the time has come for a code of conduct in the speech and the behavior of elected representatives concerning women.
नागरिक को अपने अपने तरीके से प्रोटेस्ट करने का अधिकार है. कांग्रेस के दफ्तर में जाकर नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट लेकर कोई कैंडल मार्च नहीं करेगा.
See, these are all individual remarks, and I don't think you can paint an organization with the remark of a few individuals. They're actually much more symptomatic of perhaps a kind of a thought process. But I think let's leave it.
And so, is sexism in Indian politics the real problem? That's the first issue that we're going to talk about tonight. We have the man in the eye of the storm, Abhijit Mukherjee, joining us tonight from Kolkata. Also with us this evening is Ranjana Kumari, Director for Centre of Social Research, Mr. Dilip Cherian, Image Consultant. Divya Datta, actress, joins us from Mumbai. We'll also be joined by Shobha Dey and Sharmila Tagore in the next 5 minutes. Let me ask you, Mr. Mukherjee, you have since apologized for the comments that you made, but why did you say this in the first place? What did you mean by this?
My intention was not to hurt anyone. So since it has hurt sentiment of people, lot of people, and I am extremely sorry and I regret the terms and words I have used. I should not have done that. Therefore, I withdraw my all controversial words and sentences, and sincerely apologize to all the persons whose sentiment got hurt because of my utterings.
But
It's unconditional, sincere apology.
And that's fair, fair enough that you have apologized. But may I ask you what it even meant? Honestly, like, to us, many of us didn't understand what the comments meant. What do you mean if you're saying that? Are you saying that painted means they have too much makeup on? What does painted and dented mean? I'm just trying to understand what you were trying to say.
I am no more commenting on that. Whatever explanation I'll give, that may not be acceptable. Since I have withdrawn this and apologized, I think my apology should be acceptable.
But you do realize that many people believe that it's not good enough, that once you've made the comments, you cannot retract them. The fact is that you did say this on record, and and a retraction is something that just doesn't hold down, Mr. Mukherjee. The damage is done, in a sense.
Anyway, I never expected that it will create such a controversy. because intention was not to hurt anyone. Again, I repeat, since it has hurt sentiments of a lot of people, agitationists and across the cross-section of the country of the people, across the country. So I have no right to insult them. So I withdraw that. I repeat again, I withdraw all the controversial statement which was taken otherwise, So I withdraw that and put my I tender my unconditional apology to all the people whose sentiment got hurt. And again, I repeat, I withdraw those statements.
Okay, you are repeatedly apologizing, and one of those who is really outraged with what you said is Ranjana Kumari, who is here with us. Would you accept his apology? Is it enough?
Well, I think first of all, he must realize that, under the pressure of all the response that came from across the country, he has rendered his apology, which is okay, he said. But what is the mindset? Because this is not just hurting. This is not hurting us. This is insulting us. This is very sexist in nature. When people like, in position of power sitting like MP talks like that, and that is to son of a respected politician of the country who's president of India. I mean, this is really, and also it speaks volumes about the mindset, because this is the mindset ultimately which is which reflects in the way society behave towards women, and that is why they talk about women being dressed up. And I mean, 30 years in women's movement, I have been on every single protest that is happening, including today on the road. So what does that mean by that?
Are you saying despite the apology, this is reflective of a deeper mindset in India's political class?
Social melee. This
okay,
is a deeper
Mr. Mukherjee, let me take that back to you. That there is an a sense that one gets that this is a larger problem, as Ranjana Kumari is saying, especially among Indian male politicians, that you are at heart deeply sexist. You're not the first one to make comments that have sparked off controversy.
Yes, I again regret these comments. There's no intention to hurt or insult anyone.
But do you realize what you said?
I'm not explaining.
But do you realize what you said
yes, I realize
really insulting women of the country? Do you realize that saying statement like that is what is all the time thrown on women when they have been wrong? They are told that you are wrong because you dress up like that, you look like that. I mean, why to all these genuine, sincere protesters, young boys and girls, have come out first time on the roads against any kind of sexual crime against women on their own initiative.
Mukherjee, let me take that back to Mr. Mukherjee. Mr. Mukherjee, answer the point that she's trying to make, Ranjana, about the bigger problem here, which is the way the Indian male politician views women's problems. Like I said, you're not the only one. We've had a series of issues. We've had Sanjay Nirupam saying something deeply offensive to Smriti Irani on a TV debate. We've had Mr. Narendra Modi commenting on Sunanda Tharoor, and many, many other examples.
Unintentionally, I got into this controversy. My intention was not to hurt anyone.
What was your intention?
Neither that I don't respect as a woman.
I'm trying to understand again what you were trying to say.
No, I'm not explaining that because
you think it will be misunderstood?
It may not be believed. So whatever may be. So again,
we'll take our chances. We might believe you. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. We might believe you. Just explain to us. We really want to understand why you said what you meant.
Pink revolution. What is
what is the real intention that you were trying to convey? Honestly, we just want to understand.
Comment on that, please. I have already apologized and withdrawn. I will not comment on any other thing.
Okay, so you don't want to get into another controversy. Shobha Day is there with us from Mumbai. Shobha Day, do you think that it should rest with Mr. Mukherjee's apology?
Well, Mr. Mukherjee is merely a symbol of something that is radically wrong with our society. There is a sickness there. He merely articulated what thousands and thousands of men have said before him and probably may also say after him. A lot of politicians have said worse things. After the attacks in Mumbai, we heard about the lipstick powder brigade. This comment is something that's baffling. I think it's pretty idiotic. We should just laugh at the man because it shows a mindset that is not just feudalistic, but frankly very astonishing, because he comes from a state that prides itself on how it respects its women. West Bengal has always, in a way, shown the way to the rest of India. And it's a culturally very sensitive state. To have him say something like that, to disgrace not just himself, disgrace not just the women of the country, but disgrace the office of his father, the President of India. I don't know whether he was in some way provoked into making a comment like that, but I would say it has a lot to do with how men do judge women who dress in a particular way. And without getting too personal, I'm really interested to know, deeply interested to know, whether his sisters ever use lipstick and makeup and whether he considers them painted or dented. What he meant by dented, he alone knows, and he has sensibly decided to withdraw at this point and not get into a debate, because he's probably also figured to quit while he's still ahead. It is insulting, but who is the insult coming from? The ruling classes. They are in a bubble of their own. They have no connect with reality. They are safe in their secure little lives. They are not affected by these protests. They are not affected by a thing. Not a hair on their head is touched. And they really are showing just how far away they are from the emotions of women, the emotions of the citizens, the emotions of a lot of young men who are equally outraged by a comment of this kind.
I
so one should just feel sorry for the guy and drop it.